Hello everyone, we're all the way to W on our alphabet learning adventure. So these are tips to help teach the alphabet to your young one. So we always start out with the actual letter, and this time I cut the letter out of some magazine so that children can see that the word words starts with W. So our W has some words in it. Now, a few simple crafts you can do that they would like to do. This one I made a worm. So all I did was take a brown piece of paper, I think I used a paper bag, and then some green paper and glued it up, and we can cut that. If they're old enough to have some little child scissors, they can help you with cutting on that. And then we just made a little worm to decorate, and it can slip right down into the ground. So there's our little slippery worm. Now also when I think of the letter W, of course we do a wagon. And this one again, I like to do things that are simple shapes and bold colors for the children, so they can glue on the rectangle and the round wheels. You can add another W on there to reinforce the word. And of course, you can add a handle and wagon. And always you can give them crayons and markers to make their picture unique to them. Also, when I think of the letter W, I think of white. You can maybe look for some white things around the house, or maybe it snowed outside and you use some outdoor adventures for the letter W. So here's my white collage. Here again, I just made a big W out of any color, dark color, and then they can paint on white dots like snowflakes. They can add white cotton balls, white paper tissue twists, or you can practice making some snowflakes and glue those on. So those are just a few crafts you can do for the letter W. There's a few rhymes we can do with the letter W. Of course, they always love the wheels on the bus. So we can do that. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. And then you can do the people on the bus go up and down, up and down, up and down. You can do the babies on the bus, they cry. You can do the mommy saying shh, shh, shh. You can do the doors on the bus. It's a good one. Open and shut, open and shut. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town. So they love that one. And here's another little silly rhyme. We can pretend we're a worm, just like the picture we made. So here we go with my worm. Worm, worm, slippery slide. I smell a bird, and I better hide. Down, down, under the ground. Wormy, squirmy, round and round. So that's a little worm rhyme. And my last rhyme is an old traditional rhyme. It's Wee Willie Winkie. Wee Willie Winkie runs through the town, upstairs, downstairs, in his nightgown, tapping on the window, calling through the lock. Are the children all in bed? For it is 8 o'clock. So that's very good. There's a few rhymes and a few crafts for the letter W. Okay, moving on to the letter X. Once again, print this out, sketch it out for them. They can have a lot of fun coloring that and decorating it. So for the letter X, it's a very hard letter because not a lot of things start with X to teach that sound. So I thought what we could do is just try and show them the letter X itself. So what I did here to make this picture, I took painter's tape, the kind you do to put around windows and things when you're painting. And I put this on the paper and then watercolored all over it, and then you slowly rip the tape off and you get the letter. You can do any letter, but I thought for the letter X it would be a good one to start. So here's what I did. I put the tape down, and then we would paint. You would watercolor, paint the whole area like this, and after they've painted the whole paper, any different colors, what you do is you slowly rip the tape off. And my 2 tips for this is to go very slowly, and do it kind of right after they're done painting. I wouldn't wait for it to dry. The longer the tape sticks to the paper, the harder it's going to be to release it from the paper. And I didn't stick it down really hard either. But you can put a whole bunch of X's there, and they can make a lot of fun. They love watercolors and making fun. And when you take it off, you reveal the letter X. For the letter X though, a lot of things end with the letter X. And I think we can highlight that by having some sponge painting. What I did is I just took a very small thin sponge, and quite easily I cut out the letter X. And then they can put this on a paper, dunk it in paint, put it on the paper, and then you can show them some things that end with the letter X. For instance, box ends with that X sound. Fox and ox. So I just choose a few simple drawings there, but I don't even think that part's important. You can show them pictures of a fox or an ox, but they can have a lot of fun sponge painting the X to that paper and highlighting that a lot of words end with the letter X. Now my last one is the classic xylophone. They always do the craft xylophone for the letter X. It's a little hard because it doesn't start with that X sound. It has the Z sound. But they can have a fun time making a xylophone. This one's very easy, just some black strips. Black strips here in the shape of a letter X. And then very colorful rectangles for the xylophone. And maybe they have a nice xylophone at home. They can play it and have fun with it. So there's a few suggestions with the letter X and a few crafts to do with the letter X. Thank you.